Welcome, all the beautiful people of the spiritual tribe community. I really wish that you guys are doing great. And today I'm going to share my thoughts about love goes beyond. I really feel sad for people who come to me and say that they feel very unloved. ऐसे बहुत सारे लोगों से मैं मिलता हूँ who say that उनको प्यार का कोई एहसास नहीं होता. They have no one to love. Always people have cheated on them. But the kind of love we are going to talk about, it's not just the love you have for your partner or you have for your children or for your friends and family. It's beyond. And those who say that they can't feel love, it's like fishes are saying that they can't feel water. Because if you're alive and you're listening to me and you are alive in this universe and you are saying that you don't feel love, so you're missing something really, really important. Because the moment you're delivered, it was not an ordinary occasion. Millions of universal force was behind it. The problem occurs that nobody has told you that how special you are. Because no matter where you are born, millions and millions of forces or the universal force have made you deliver to this beautiful planet. Leave aside your journey, leave aside your karmas, leave aside everything. Leave aside that you are born to the parents who may have not loved you enough. Leave aside all the pain you have gone through in life and you may be gone through. But today, for some time, as I speak to you, for some time, just leave everything aside and dwell in this feeling that how precious and wonderful you are, how some power, which you call it as God, which you call it as the universe or energy in the language of science, no matter whatever you call it, but it is loving you, it is giving you so much of love, which is absolutely selfless. You are unaware of it, still it continues to give you. And that itself is love. Because love goes beyond. Love is beyond selflessness. If you expect something in love, if you want anything in return, so obviously that is not love. And anything that has a limit to it, it's not love. Because love is limitless. I meet a lot of people, even until recently, somebody came to me about that she lost someone who she loves dearly. I also remember one person who we were talking about uh, the pain she is going through because of the because of someone who has left her in love. See, pain is part of life. If you think that The moment you choose to love, in the very moment you choose pain, because it is not at all possible to experience only love in any relationship. Whether you take the relationship of you and God, whether you take the relationship of you and your partner or your parents, anyone, there is no such love which is absolutely gives you happiness. It is not possible. Because the very expectation of expecting only happiness in love brings you all the unhappiness of the world. There are moments that comes and goes. You experience all the temporary moments in love. There could be moments where you make love. There could be moments where you get separated by personal decisions or by death. There could be moments where your partner doesn't understand you, but there are moments of love. And love is not a experience of one moment. It is experience of collection of moments. You fall in love for someone, you like that person, and you date that person, you come close, then you decide to get married. Then after marriage, after some time, you feel that love has gone. Love doesn't goes anywhere. It is just that you have started building expectations about a certain love in your life. You feel that love should be this way, should be always this way. But as I said, the moment you start expecting, in the same very moment, you start losing it. Because love goes beyond your expectations, love goes beyond your limits. And the very decisions of loving someone, and the very decision, very moment when you decide that you are feeling love because of someone else, you feel loved because of someone else, you choose happiness for yourself at the same time. If you closely observe, we are talking about two kinds of love here. There is no different kind as such, but to make you understand, I'll explain you two different kinds of love. There's one love which you often experience in your life. It's a love for your partner, and it's a love for your parents, your children, your friends. It's a love which, no matter how good your partner is, your parents are, or your friends are, but still you have to call this love as conditional. Because no matter how much you love that person or how much that person care for you in return, it's always conditional. There are rare cases, maybe one out of 1 lakh, or maybe more than that, wherein this becomes unconditional. But since the conditional love is so much, so let us stick to this point of conditional love. This love is like, I love you because you love me back. I love you because you have done this to me. I love you because you care for me so much. I love you because you are my parents. I love you because you understand me. I love you because you take care of me. So, all these kind of love which we often experience in our life I call it as a conditional love. No matter how beautiful, no matter how important it is, no matter how valuable, and a life can't go smoothly without such kind of love, but it is conditional because you are always getting something in return. Hardly in some cases, wherein maybe in the cases of your parents, wherein they love you without getting uh, anything in return, but that too is very, 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 very uh, rare example, because in most cases even parents also trade, and if you feel bad about it, there is no thing to feel bad about it, because even parents have expectations from you. Even parents feel that they should get the something in return. For example, may not be the money, but the respect. Not the respect kind of which you're thinking, but maybe uh, their ego should be satisfied. If they have uh, given you birth and given you everything, so for example, that you should marry as per their will. So if you think this is common, but still it's conditional. Because if somebody loves you, he or she gives you all the freedom. And if I say all, it has everything. Your partners, the your boyfriends, your girlfriends, your husbands, that's the most common love you experience, but that is also conditional. And in fact, that is the most conditional relationship you go through in your life, which you think as love, but it's not love. It's just a sort of emotional trade, wherein I'm doing this thing for you because you're doing this for me. I'm giving you love because I'm getting love. So obviously, it's absolutely conditional. Most of you may have experienced that if you love somebody, you may have loved somebody, and during the courtship, everything was fine. And after your breakup, things change. The same person uh, who you used to value a lot, or maybe you spoke about that person very dearly, the s- your words change, your feelings change, everything changes. It's temporary. You need to understand. It's temporary. I come across many examples wherein the people have extramarital affairs, and they cry about it, that that person or has left her or left him. How, I don't say that emotionless. It's emotions are not there, but it's very stupid to try to see this kind of love as permanent. I'm not denying that it is wrong. For me, it's nothing is wrong. It's absolutely a choice if you love somebody, because love happens multiple times. So I absolutely agree, and I'm telling you from my own personal past experiences. Love happens to anyone on any time. But you have to understand that what, matlab, what were you not happy before that person, and the universe has given you a gift, and that person came, and now for some reason you guys have parted ways, and still now you are depressed more than ever, that because you don't have that person. At first place, if it is a extramarital, you have to understand it's going to be temporary, and in the second place, you have to understand that such kind of love is going to be temporary always. Either that person will leave you, or the death will separate your ways, but it is going to be temporary anyhow. So no matter what, your boyfriend or girlfriend wala love, or your parents or your children, it's always conditional. And you need to accept that. It's not wrong. If even we all, myself included, goes through a lot of conditional love, it's absolutely fine. See, the point is simple. If you're not happy with what you're getting it, you need to change what you're giving. You understand that after being part of this spiritual tribe community, you should understand that everything you attract, your vibe attracts your tribe, as they say. And it's absolutely true. And if you think that you're only attracting conditional love, so somewhere you need to go within and ask yourself why. What vibe you are radiating that is attracting such tribe to you. But having said that, all the members of the spiritual tribe community, somewhere you don't need to worry about it, because you are part of this community. That itself says that uh, you are in the part of the people who are absolutely selfless. May not be 100% in their life, but when they are part of this group and when you are dealing with them, they are absolutely selfless. They are absolutely kind, emotional, they have empathy towards you. And it's great to see that um, very recently people are exchanging thoughts and suggesting things to each other. Your vibe has attracted you to this group. May not be it's 100% selfless, but when you are part of this group, may not be you are 100% selfless or the people you're dealing with are good. You don't know, but when they are part of it, they are absolutely great. Trust me. It's just like when different people meet at the temple, their nature and behavior is totally different. All of a sudden, they want to help each other. All of a sudden, they feel very kind and godly. It's the same thing. So when they are in the group, they are absolutely great. Not that they are not great in real, but your their kinder level of personality comes to the surface. So obviously, your vibe has attracted to this tribe, but apart from that, your relationships are conditional. It's temporary. It's not always love as you feel like, because you need to understand that this is a conditional love, and more you accept it, it is easier for you to uh, live without people in case they leave you. And it is at the same time you need to understand, it is the more you understand this love is conditional, somewhere you will give yourself more, and somewhere your mind or maybe your heart will draw you to the circumstances where you will give unconditional love. For example, if I say I'm not your friend, suddenly you will feel a lot of lightness in your heart, because now you don't have to do something for me, I don't have to do something for you. We are giving you absolutely freedom. You do whatever you want, I do whatever I want, and in the end of the day, we are free. For example, one more example, if you're traveling in a train and you feel like smoking or you feel like boozing, when you're with your family, the people you love, you get very cautious about it. But when you're traveling alone, you don't feel cautious about it before the co-travelers who are absolutely strangers, because you feel that they have no control over your life and you have no control over their life, and at the same time you don't care what they think about you. So when it comes to family, you become cautious. In the same way, the moment you feel that love is conditional, the kind of freedom you will feel in that love, and the kind of freedom you start to give to your partner will not give you so much of stress. You will not feel burdened, uh, and also your possessiveness will decrease. The kind of expectations you have from that partner will decrease. A lot of things will happen if you just give it a try. You need to understand that it's conditional, so stop expecting, start just giving. Just be a giver, and it will happen on its own. When you start, when you have this kind of attitude, you'll understand that this is conditional love. Now we are coming to the second point. We spoke about conditional thing. The second point is absolutely unconditional love. No matter what you do, it doesn't matter to your partner. And when I say partner, it's the universal love which is given to you by the universe, or maybe the God, Bhagwan, Allah, your God, Jesus Christ, or whoever you believe in. That is absolutely unconditional. And the most common example is nature. You don't sow seeds, but you have a lot of fruits and vegetables and what not to eat. You think that you have given money value for it, but still go back and ask yourself if whatever you are eating today, someone, somewhere has sown the seeds, then the process has happened and it has come to your house. And you feel that it's very common, but it's not common. Although it's a society arrangement, but from where it is coming, it's from coming from the absolute selfless nature, which is absolutely selfless. The oxygen which we are taking right now, it's absolutely free to us, and it's the most valuable thing on earth. If you don't have this, you can't live, stay alive on this planet. You go to other planets where there is no oxygen, you can't live there. So the oxygen, you're getting it for absolutely free. In case you would have, uh, in case it happens that you have to pay for it, which happens in the hospital, but in general, if you have to pay for it, every day the more people will die. So it's absolutely free for you. The millions of cells inside you are making you walk, making you talk, making you see, making you make love, making you run, and so many things. You have no power over it, but still it's happening to you. It's happening to you absolutely free. You don't have to do anything. If I am speaking here, I don't have to uh, force myself out. I don't have to do anything. I'm just sitting, and the the body is arranging things in such a way that voice is coming out and you are receptive to it. And in the entire communication, one thing you will observe, that there is one thing which is happening on its own without me telling to you, but I should remind you about it. The connection, the love. As you feel that I speak to you, as you feel when I share my messages in the group, as you feel for other members when they ask the questions or something, the empathy you feel for others, it's just happening to you. And this is your very nature. To most of you, I have not met personally, but still the bond we share, this kind of love, I say, when I say love goes beyond. I'm not talking about the first part of the love which I told about, the where you go through the conditional love of your job, your relation with your boss or your colleagues, your partners. It's everything is conditional. I'm talking about this love, wherein you don't have to give me anything. I don't have to give you anything. We are just there, just there. I maybe we don't speak also, but still we have something. There is something which is holding us together. This love, this energy, or this connection, this time on earth when we met, when we crossed paths through some technology, and now we are part of this group, and I'm now talking to you. There is something. Love goes beyond, as I feel. So when I speak to you about this unconditional love, so I could give you a lot of examples like nature, the tree which somebody else have sown the seeds. Now that tree has come, and you take all the fruits of that tree. It will not ask you anything. It will give you more, because in that fruit itself there are multiple seeds through which you can sow more trees. You kill animals to eat. Still, the all the animals of the jungle doesn't come to your home and eat you up. In case animals want to eat you or something, they will only kill you when they are hungry. It's the law of the jungle. They only hunt when they are hungry. But you hunt out of joy, out of fun, out of your different appetite, different taste, but still nature loves you back. You hurt people, you do lot of bad things in life, but still there is God who loves you always. He will not judge you or differentiate. When the rain is falling, it will fall you equally as it is falling on some dead body if it is lying. The sunlight falls on you as well as to the newborn child or on the nature. The nature is absolutely impartial. And that impartial nature of the nature comes from the unconditional love. Keep aside everything like your law of karma. You're born to some parents who don't love you. They were poor. You have gone through a lot of financial strains, challenges in your life. Keep aside everything and ask yourself how lucky you are to be born at this time on earth. You have taken a lot of births in the past also, in different countries, different parents, and you're going to continue it until one day you actually woke up. But still, there is something which is loving you all the time. All the time. Maybe you're sleeping, maybe you're dancing, you're running, you're crying, but there is someone who is always taking care of you, who is always there to guide you. You just have to, it's not about when he is going to speak, it is about when you are ready to listen. When you are ready to listen, just sit and be aware and conscious about this entire nature who is guiding you all throughout, who is ready to give you whatever you want, who is ready for with all the answers you have, all the questions you have, all the questions, whatever questions you have about your past life, about why you are going through this situation, everything. Their answers are ready before your questions have appeared to you. But the problem begins. You don't listen to the nature or to the God or to this universal power or to this energy. You don't listen to it. You only speak. When it happens that you meet a person and who is just speaking and not allowing you to speak, how will you make that person understand? So when you're in pain, you don't ask God, or you don't have faith in God. You just start with why it happened to me, which you don't usually ask when you're happy. You need to just, no matter what situation, don't frame your answers. Don't expect God to give you an answer you are expecting. Don't seek social media randomly and search your answers. Just sit quiet. Just sit quiet. You don't even have to ask. What you are going through right now, that power has gone through a moments ago. You're always a step behind. The question that comes in your mind about anything, any question, that has arisen in that power first, then it came to you, and the mistake happens that when you keep repeating your questions, God knows what you want, what you're going to ask, and you don't have to ask. In case you are asking, you don't have to ask multiple times. You just have to ask once. Just close your eyes and whatever your question is, just ask and just sit down. Don't run your thoughts. Don't expect. Don't expect that you have read something on social media and that answer you're going to confirm. Just sit. You will get your answer. If not in that moment, out of your impatience or something or some other reason, just closely observe everything you go through. Maybe the signboard, the billboard, the next newspaper you read. You will get the answer. As I said, when you become conscious and silent, you will find that everybody is talking to you. And the talking is not happening through words, it's happening through feelings. The true communication obviously happens through feelings. If I have to talk to you, I usually use words. If I have to express my love for you, I usually I can express through my silence, because I feel that that's something which goes beyond a certain limit. Words cease to exist. It's just like you're standing at the top of the building and I'm standing down. And if I shout, depending which floor you are standing, first, second, or of the top of the building, my voice will reach you. Because beyond a certain limit, the words will not go up. In the same way, when I say that conditional and unconditional love, and when I talk about unconditional love, and when I have to talk about love beyond a certain extent, the words cease to exist. It's not possible. The best thing is I can just sit here and see you, smile at you. And this connection which we are feeling for each other, it's a love that coming from beyond. When you were in a womb, you don't know what had made you survive. Obviously, the contribution of mother is the most, but still there is some power which kept you alive there, which has made your our mother's body in such a way that we get a passage to get out of it. So it's the result of extreme love. Everything. Your when you were small, your mother used to feed you. Our mother used to make us eat through her hands. But when we grown up a bit, we have realized that we have hands through which we can eat. We have legs through which we can walk. We have eyes to see, and so many things. Everything came to us for free. And this is a result of somebody loving you absolutely. But you are so caught up in your daily affair, in your unconditional love, that somewhere that you are losing on this love which is absolutely unconditional. You come to me and say that that person has left me. You come to me and say that my parents have expired. You come to me and say that my I lost my partner to death. There's so many things. I understand the pain. There is no such pain which I have not gone through. I was in a depression for almost a decade in my life. Very bad. I understand pain. I understand when somebody leaves you. I understand when you have no money at all with you and you have so much of responsibilities. I understand that when you have no job. I understand that when you love someone so dearly and that person dies. Whatever I'm sharing with you, it's not coming from my knowledge. My knowledge is to the point that I know how to use this camera, how to start this, how to fix it, and how to start, and that's it. Once it is started, my connection with my own knowledge disconnects. The same way my words can not reach you if you're, as I give the example, if you're standing at the top of the building. My knowledge disconnects when this video is started, and I know when I have to end it. But whatever is happening in between these words which are coming to you, it is coming from my experience. It is coming from that same power which loves me most, which loves you equally most, and that power has united us. That power has made you and me meet each other. That power is giving me words to speak to you. Many people are going to see this video, but you would realize that that power is actually speaking to you right now. This adrenal rush, this vibrations you are getting in the body right now as I speak, is of that power is giving you assurance. Yes, I'm talking to you. I have spoken to you many times, beyond words, with feelings, through many books, through many movies, even tried to talk to you directly from inside. And now that power has to use me as a medium to speak to you again. But it will not stop until you realize that. And that is the selfless love. In our conditional love, we say something, we say maybe 100 times and then we are bored. But this power will you is speaking to you from thousands and thousands of years, even when you were not in this human body. You were a small ant, or maybe a small honeybee, or maybe a big elephant. Still, this power was speaking to you. That power has seen you die. That power has seen you taking birth again. That power is still with you, and it's going to be with you eternally. And that's why this love goes beyond. It's going to be with you forever. So, for some time, take out a moment and realize this universal love you have. This universe loves you so dearly, protecting you always, giving you this beautiful skin, has given you this beautiful face, beautiful body, so much so much of money, so much of great friends, and it has given you me as a medium and a lot of great people in the spiritual tribe group. So whenever it happens that you're right now going through some problem of losing someone, or maybe somebody broke up with you, just for some moment, dwell into this unconditional love and trust me, nothing happens by coincidence. Everything, every small movement, even a honeybee, the bee which collects honey, even from that small flower, a drop of honey every day, so many turns it takes to accumulate the honey which you are eating at home. So much so is happening. So many. We are so blessed that this universe loves us so much. It has given us everything. The sunlight, the moonlight, the stars, the nature, the trees. I understand that in our physical life, in our relationships, in our conditional love, we have pain. That is going to happen. If you become conscious for some time, if you closely observe, you will find that everybody is in pain, in some pain. I gave you example of honeybee. Honey, the bees which collect honey. They take so many days to collect a portion of honey from the flowers. Somebody comes and overnight it's all gone. The trees take so many years to develop fruits. Somebody comes and it's gone. I'm not saying that they are in pain. I'm just trying to say that you are just focused at the surface level. You are not focused on the big picture. If you are going through some pain, try to understand the big picture. If there is someone who loves you unconditionally all the time, still some pain you are going through, there has to be some reason to it. So for some time, stop and try to seek that reason with faith. If somebody has left you or whatever pain you're going through, understand there is someone who is watching over you 24 by 7, even when you are sleeping. He is not closing his eyes, he is just watching you continuously. He's watching over you. At this time, as I speak, is watching over you. At this time, if you don't see, there's someone behind me is looking to you. There is someone who is always watching over you. But still, he or she has allowed something painful happen to you. There has to be some reason. And it could be any pain. Any pain. There has to be some reason. So focus on the big picture because love goes beyond. Don't contain yourself in these small talks. If somebody broke up with me, I'm in pain. I'm not devaluing your emotions. I'm just saying that if you don't love yourself, you can't love anyone. And once you understand this unconditional love, which is showering on you since you were just a sperm, from that moment till here, somebody is taking care of you all throughout. So don't get messed up with these things. My job is not there, my salary is less, my promotion is, I'm not got my promotion. I understand the value of all it, but once you, for some time, taste this unconditional love which I'm talking about, all these other things, the value will decrease on its own. If you have 100 rupees on your pocket and you love that 100 rupees very much, one day I meet you and I give you 2000 rupees note. I don't have to do anything, I just have to give you the note. By default, the value which you have will decrease. I don't have to make you compare or something. By default, it is going to happen. The same way, when you, the love I'm going to, I've just spoken about, the unconditional love of nature. The moment you observe and start to feel it, all these other things, the value will decrease on its own. You don't have to do anything. It has stopped speaking through me. I think this is the message I have to give it to you. But I would like to end with one thing I want to say from the bottom of my heart, that I love you. I love you very much. And for loving you, I don't have to meet you or know you, or I have to know your gender. I can love you without knowing you. I don't know how far we are going to go in this earth plane. I don't know if I'll be available for my next message or you'll be available to hear my next message. I don't know anything. But this moment right now, I could assure you this is the best time of our life. Not just me, not just you, everything, every living being. Because there is some power who is loving us so dearly that you can't even express. And the best part is, it's living inside you all the time. It is not anywhere else. So, this love which I'm feeling right now for you, and maybe the drop of it, or maybe more than me, what you're feeling right now, is a love that goes beyond. And loving message, with this loving message, I say goodbye to you and thank you very much for your time, for listening to me, for loving me so much. And the words are gone, as I told, that after a certain level, words are gone, the feeling stays. So my silence is expressing my feelings. Goodbye. Love you.